In the West, buying a used car is often described as a gamble. People expect hidden problems. They expect clever sales tactics. They expect that somewhere beneath the polished paint and the freshly cleaned interior, there's a secret waiting to drain their bank account. But in Japan, the culture around vehicles is different. It is rooted in discipline, inspection, documentation, and respect for machinery. In the quiet dealer auctions of Nagoya and the meticulous inspection lanes of Tokyo, professionals approach used cars with a mindset that removes emotion and replaces it with method. They do not rely on hope, they rely on process. Today, I will reveal the Japanese method to buy a used car without getting scammed. This is not about luck, it is about control. Step 1 is to understand the psychology of depreciation. In Japan, cars lose value quickly, not because they are unreliable, but because regulations and inspection standards are strict. The Japanese Shaken inspection system demands rigorous safety and emissions compliance. As a result, many vehicles are sold long before they are worn out. The first lesson is simple. A car's age does not equal its condition. Condition equals maintenance, environment, and ownership behavior. Before you even look at a car in person, research the model thoroughly. Study common engine issues. Learn which transmissions are reliable. Understand recall history. In Japan, buyers treat research as a duty. They never rely on a salesperson to educate them. When you arrive informed, you remove the power imbalance. Step 2 is documentation before conversation. Japanese buyers ask for service records immediately, not later, not after a test drive. A well-maintained vehicle leaves a paper trail, oil changes, brake service, coolant replacement, transmission, fluid intervals. These documents tell a story. If the story has gaps, you assume risk. A seller who hesitates to provide maintenance history is not automatically dishonest. But in the Japanese method, hesitation equals caution. You do not accuse, you observe calmly. If records are incomplete, you adjust your offer accordingly or you walk away. Step 3 is the exterior truth test. Most people glance at paint and look for scratches. The Japanese method looks for alignment. Stand at each corner of the car. Examine panel gaps. Are they consistent from front to back? Check the reflection of light across the body. Uneven reflections may indicate repainting. Open and close each door slowly. Listen. Feel resistance. A repaired frame often reveals itself through subtle misalignment. Look under the car if possible. Surface rust is normal in many climates. Structural rust is not. Inspect suspension arms and mounting points. In Japan, even minor underbody damage affects auction grading. Adopt that same seriousness. Step 4 is the cold start ritual. Never inspect a used car that has already been warmed up. Ask the seller not to start it before you arrive. A cold engine reveals the truth. When started cold, listen carefully. Is there rattling for more than a few seconds? Does the idle surge or stumble? Observe the exhaust. Excessive white smoke after warm-up can signal coolant issues. Blue smoke suggests oil consumption. Japanese inspectors treat the first 60 seconds as sacred. That is when internal wear speaks the loudest. You are not just listening for noise, you are listening for consistency. A healthy engine settles into a smooth rhythm quickly. Step 5 is the interior honesty check. Mileage can be altered, but wear patterns are difficult to fake. Examine the steering wheel texture. Look at the driver's seat bolsters. Inspect the pedal rubber. A car claiming low mileage should not have heavily worn contact surfaces. In Japan, auction sheets note interior condition with precision. Adopt the same mindset. Small clues reveal big truths. Smell the cabin. Persistent mold odor may indicate water intrusion. Check beneath floor mats for dampness. Look inside the trunk near the spare tire well. Water. Damage can quietly destroy electronics over time. Now we reach the turning point of this method. Please subscribe to our channel. We want to hit 1,000 subscribers this week. Step 6 is the mechanical inspection beyond the surface. If you are not mechanically trained, invest in a professional inspection. In Japan, third-party inspections are normal and respected. Serious buyers do not skip this step to save money. A modest inspection fee can save thousands in future repairs. Ask for a compression test if possible. Scan the vehicle with an OBD diagnostic tool. Look for stored fault codes even if the dashboard shows no warning lights. Some sellers clear codes before viewings. A pending code can reveal what the dashboard hides. Inspect fluid condition. Engine oil should not appear thick and sludgy. Transmission fluid should not smell burnt. Brake fluid should be clear to light amber, not dark brown. Each fluid represents maintenance discipline. Neglect leaves fingerprints. Step 7 is the test drive with intention. Most people drive casually around the block. The Japanese method turns the test drive into an evaluation sequence. Begin at low speeds. Listen for suspension noise over small bumps. Test the brakes gently first, then firmly. Feel for steering vibration. On a clear road, allow the transmission to shift through all gears smoothly. There should be no harsh engagement or slipping sensation. Find a safe incline if possible. Test acceleration under moderate load. Engines under stress reveal hesitation and misfires that may not appear at idle. Pay attention to temperature gauges. Overheating under load is a serious warning. Step 8 is emotional discipline. In Japan, buyers rarely allow themselves to fall in love with a specific unit. They focus on the model, not the individual car. If one example fails inspection, they move on without regret. Emotional attachment clouds judgment. When a buyer imagines ownership too soon, they ignore warning signs. Approach each car as a candidate, not a destiny. There will always be another opportunity. Scarcity pressure is often a sales tactic. Calm. Patience is your shield. Step 9 is price negotiation through data. Instead of arguing, present data. Reference comparable listings, point out maintenance gaps, and describe cosmetic flaws objectively. In Japan, negotiation is often quiet and fact-based, and sellers respond better to logic than confrontation. If the seller refuses a reasonable adjustment despite clear issues, that is information. Thank them politely and leave. Walking away is power. Many scams succeed because buyers fear losing the deal more than losing money. Step 10 is ownership projection. Before you finalize the purchase, calculate future costs: insurance, tires, scheduled maintenance, timing, belt intervals if applicable, and brake replacement. Japanese buyers think 5 years ahead, not 5 weeks. A low purchase price can hide expensive upkeep. Ask yourself a simple question. If nothing catastrophic happens, can I comfortably maintain this vehicle to a high standard? If the answer is uncertain, reconsider. A used car becomes reliable when properly maintained. Ownership discipline determines longevity. There is another subtle aspect of the Japanese method. Transparency attracts transparency. When you communicate clearly, ask structured questions, and demonstrate knowledge, dishonest sellers often become uncomfortable. They prefer uninformed buyers. By elevating the conversation, you filter out many potential scams before they fully form. Finally, trust patterns, not promises. A seller may speak confidently about how well the car was treated. Words are easy, patterns are harder to fake. Consistent service intervals, a clean engine bay without excessive detailing to hide leaks, even tire wear across all 4 wheels, matching brand tires instead of random replacements. These patterns reveal care. If something feels inconsistent, pause, reevaluate. The Japanese philosophy of monozukuri teaches respect for the machine. A car that has been respected shows it in measurable ways. Your job is not to hope. Your job is to observe. Buying a used car without getting scammed is not about suspicion. It is about structure. When you apply this method, you reduce uncertainty step by step. Research removes ignorance. Documentation removes ambiguity. Inspection removes illusion. Discipline removes emotional error. The difference between regret and confidence is preparation. Imagine driving home in a vehicle you selected not because it was shiny, but because it passed every layer of scrutiny. Imagine knowing that you did not rely on luck. You relied on process. That is the Japanese method. A used car can be a financial trap or a smart investment. The outcome depends on how you approach the decision. Slow down, observe, verify, confirm, and never rush because someone else wants you to hurry. When you treat the purchase as a professional evaluation instead of a casual transaction, you change the power dynamic completely. Scammers thrive on urgency and ignorance. Remove those two elements, and their leverage disappears. The Japanese do not assume perfection. They assume responsibility. Adopt that mindset, and you will rarely be deceived. Please subscribe to our channel. We want to hit 1,000 subscribers this week.